Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm Ryan Melrose and I'm here giving out some of my advice and insights as a indie comic writer and creator and artist. And, well, I have been at this since I finished high school 12 years ago. And, well, ever since I was a kid, I always loved doing comics. I love drawing, and it's something I've always wanted to get into. And after 12 years of having some success as a independent comic creator, and of course some many failures, I thought it would be cool to at least do a YouTube video where I offer my insights on getting into creating comics. Now, these videos I am hoping will be especially helpful for those who are just starting out. And, well, my first bit of advice is always start with one comic series. Don't, especially if it's just you. Now what I mean is just doing only one comic series is don't make the same mistake I made, where I tried to do, in my case, I tried to do way too many comic series and projects. I basically did anything that popped into my head, jumping from one project to another. And the biggest problem with doing that is that I find, in my experience, that you'll burn yourself out really quickly and you won't finish any of the projects you start, because you're always jumping on, trying to create something new without finishing the previous one. So my advice there is, when you're starting out, is just focus on the one series. Put all your work into the one series. Creating a universe, trying to be Marvel or DC or any comic publishing powerhouse like that. Doing that many series for just one person, it's really hard to do. Unless you've got an entire team, hundreds and hundreds of people working with you or for you to do all these series, you're not really going to do it. Like I said, you're only one person, and if you try it, you're going to burn yourself out. And that was the mistake I made. If you look through my YouTube channel, you'll see my YouTube channel is all over the place. All of those are just a bunch of different ideas that ultimately never got finished, because I was trying to take on way too much, and trying to get it done as quickly as I could, and it just ended up a big waste of time in the long run. So always start off with the one idea, the one story, the one comic series, which is what I've started doing recently. Right now, I'm only doing Sorrow comics at the moment, and if I do, and I am going to be just working on that Sorrow comic. I'm going to be going from the start to the middle of the series, all the way to the end. And when that's done, then I might do another series. Or I could even, if I want to build a universe of comic creations, another thing I can do is introduce these characters these other characters who'd be from other series in your universe, you could have them appear in series 1. So for example, like I said, I'm doing Sorrow comics right now. So let's say I do an appearance with another one of my characters, who those of you who have been to my channel for years now should be familiar with, Almighty Eye, or as he's actually named in the comics, Eye. Let's say I did an appearance where he has an appearance in the comic, whatever that appearance would be. Alright, so now I've introduced that character in a Sorrow's world. You know, I can reuse him for another Sorrow comic down the line. So I'm still using my ideas, still use my characters, but I'm using it in the one series. Now when I complete that series, I can then go back and do a spin-off series with I, do his origin story and do his stories and what he's about, and I can build a universe from there. And again, do start, middle and finish for him. You know, other characters appearing in him, and so on and so forth. This will building a universe that way will you will complete the series that you set out to do. You will complete that one series, and you will do it one at a time. It'll be done smoother. You will get that sense of accomplishment, whether or not you make any money or anything from it. Now, everything I've done up until this point, a lot of trial and error, and you know, and I'm still learning. I'm still trying to get the hang of it. Like, you look at my internet marketing. I can't internet market for, you know, for the life of me. I can't market, but I'm trying to learn. You know, I'm going to the library, trying to read books on marketing and things like that. It's all a work in progress, and there's going to be a lot of trial and error, even including making a craft. First, from 12 years, like let's take my art for example. It's gone from this all the way to what it is now, and that didn't happen overnight. This was me just keeping on working on my art and getting better and better, getting advice, and you know, and it does take a lot of work. You got to be willing to put in the effort. Now all these other projects that I jumped ahead and started and never finished, do I regret ever starting them or not doing them? No, for the reason that it was still an opportunity to practice my art and get better at my art, whether I finished them or not. But I did want to complete these projects, but I just had this impulse to jump from project to project. But now that I'm slowing down and really taking the time to really get the art properly, really get the story I want to tell done all properly, yes, it's taking longer. It's gonna take longer to produce these comics. With Sorrow, I estimate I've got at least 2 years worth of work, possibly even 3 years worth of work before I finish this series, before I move on to something else. But I will get that sense of accomplishment that I stuck with it, I did it, I finished it, and you know what? Maybe having a complete series will actually increase sales and increase demand and bring more people to my YouTube channel and things like that. And maybe maybe about it, I will make a living off it. So anyway, that's about all I have time for tonight. I hope this video has helped you newer indie comic creators who want to get into and start drawing and creating comics. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, start working on, and I'll be back with more videos like this, with more advice. And well, you know what, in closing, I'm just gonna say, don't give up, guys. If this is how far I've come, you guys can do it too. And I'm hoping, if you watch these videos when I'm giving out advice, you'll achieve it even quicker than I did. It's been 12 years for me so far, and I'm only just starting to get a clear direction on where I'm going with this. Alright guys, in short, catch you later. If you do want to check out my online store, there's a link in the description. Keep in mind, once these issues of Sorrow start being completed, they'll be going online and probably replacing most of the products that are on there. So I'd be getting in there now if I were you. You'll have a couple of you might get yourself a few rare stories that I did before I got all my better, new and improved products online and ready for everyone to purchase, read and enjoy. Alright guys, catch you later. Keep creating.